Mike, how you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Longer than usual break. How'd you feel the performance on day one was for your team?
Like a day one, they had a long break. I'd like to get them moving a little more, but
I don't know if I'm getting older, if my hearing's just getting worse, but that
it was loud. I don't know
it
what.
felt next level loud.
I think Foddy tuned up the speaker system, like just not the volume, but he actually probably went and manipulated all the speaker. It was loud, really loud.
It is loud there, and it's going to be 34,000. I think it's the largest crowd in Mosaic Stadium history.
Oh, good.
Maybe take us into your experience. Like, how loud can it be when it's at its pitch? You obviously practice for it.
Yeah, you turn down your microphones on your headsets because it's picking up on your mouthpiece. You plug your other ear if you're not wearing a double set of cans. You consider going to like a 2 headphone system, you know.
Okay.
It's loud. You got to get close to people to communicate.
I guess now they know how it feels to come to Winnipeg in a lot of ways.
Exactly.
Maybe start with the news about Nick. I saw Nick out there. I don't think we saw Jareth out there. And can you give us an update on either of those guys? I know you're not.
Yeah, Nick's moving around. We'll see tomorrow what that looks like. Jareth, not so much. So.
Yeah. Stern's probably going to be out longer. I listened to the coach's show, so I sort of snuck it in last night.
He'll be out this week for sure. This week. I don't know about the next, but this week.
But good news, and Dalton Schoen's back.
Mm-hmm.
We all know about Dalton and the catches and the touchdowns and whatnot, the statistics, if you will. Talking to Brady and others, they say he's like another quarterback in the huddle for how much he knows and understands the system. That his presence alone can help out others. What impact do you get by having him come back into this?
Yeah, he's all of that and more. He's obviously extremely smart. He sees the game well. He sees the game with Zach sort of the same way, or the same way, really. So they're always on the same page, and you know he knows where his attributes lie and where the defender's attributes lie and where that advantage may come, right? And he is able to exploit that. I don't know that anybody would say he's the fastest guy, but we said from day one he figured out that the waggle was important, and you know he capitalized on that, and everything he's learned about our game, he's somehow managed to turn it into an advantage for him.
His ability to pick up the waggle is evident in his rookie season. He led the league in receiving yards, and I'm wondering, can the waggle? Obviously, the waggle can be taught, but is there something to be said by, being a coach teaching it versus being a guy like Dalton who's running it, giving his tricks of the trade, or is it just something special with him that he's been able to pick that up?
Yeah, I think it's something about him. I mean, a lot of guys do it. I just wonder if, in general, in his life, he sees details as important or not, and the ones that are important, he probably focuses on tremendously. But he seems like a very detailed guy.
Just last one for me. You brought in some experienced guys in Equals and Kyron Moore.
Mm-hmm.
I know you mentioned last night you need to get bodies in this. You obviously are a few guys down. What are your immediate plans? What's your hope for these guys joining the team?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's day one, so they were
6-month plan, please.
Yeah, they were standing. They were taking as much information as they could, and they got out and they ran a little bit. So we expect them as pros. They're going to learn the system, and I think because they've been in the CFL, we believe they're going to learn it fast. And then we'll see what they can do. But they're both pros, which is, you like that when you have to bring people in mid-season. You need to bring in pros, really.
Both hungry too.
Yeah.
Both are incredibly hungry.
Yeah.
Both have missed football. Both see this as a real important opportunity to speak like Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Yeah, they're both in shape too. Like we put them through the paces before. They step out there, so we know that they're able to do it.
Coach, so Brady Oliveira, 100 yards rushing the other day, first time this year. I was talking to Pat Neufeld, and he says he just loves when he hears Brady running over guys. They're encouraging each other that way. So Brady does a lot of special things in that field, but just focus in on his physicality as a runner and how he just loves to take guys off the blast.
We've always liked that. I mean, It's sort of been one of the things that we've always looked for in backs for a long time. So you can definitely, the idea of Patty hearing that is pretty neat, because you can hear when Brady lowers his pads. You can hear the contact, and there's something about that. And from a football standpoint, being on the sideline and hearing that clack of pads is pretty cool.
As a coach, father figure for some of these guys, you're like,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Hit that guy, you're not like, oh man, don't do that so much. Just take it easy. You got a lot of touches today or something like that. You're not that kind of guy. You just want to see him just play it straight up, not worry about.
Well, the game of football is meant to be played one way.
Yeah.
So as long as they're playing it the way they should, I'm happy.
Mike, when you're going need receivers and you're going to the street to get them, does how they played against you ever kind of factor into them being here? Do they end up at top of mind for?
No, not top of mind. No, I would say no.
So it occurred to me, like Cam Eccles was 8 for 160 in a preseason game against you guys. Kyron had a 70-yard screen pass touchdown in 2 games with 10 catches, and I thought,
yeah, surprised we brought them in. I should be angry.
I just wondered if, hey, we've seen these guys do it to us in person. Maybe we should see what they could do for us.
It would be more than a single event. I don't think you could base signing somebody on a single event. It would be a body of work, more or less,
Thank you.
Judy.
Sorry, one more. Sorry.
Judy.
When Willie came to the team, he was obviously showing his talent already, and then through the years, he's really excelled. Some people will say, well, he's 34 now. Is he going to slow down? Yet he's having a good season. Like, what kind of changes have you seen with him over the time he's been here that can keep him to that level?
Well, I'm sure he's changed, but I think it's more importantly how we've changed probably, like the idea of you bring a guy in and you're trying to get to know him and you're maybe waiting for things and I wonder, the way he played in another place, is that going to change or not? And you realize you don't want Willie to change at all. You want Willie to be Willie. He's from day one in his own way. He's been an exceptional leader for us, and that's something you don't know when they're not in the building. I've said that from very early on in our time together. And once again, I imagine he's changed as a person. You just mature and grow. But what's remained constant is his work ethic and his desire to be a part of a team and his desire to help lead in whatever way the team needs. That's never changed. It's been evident since day one, just whether or not we had our eyes open enough to see it.
How much of a benefit are you seeing his experience and his maybe film study of all the opposition?
Yeah, he digs deep. He's in there with his notes and making sure guys have good conversations about the opponent. Once again, that's just another form of leadership that he takes on.
He doesn't come across as a Mike O'Shea guy. And I don't mean that as a football player. I mean that as he wears sunglasses indoors. He talks about wanting a legacy. He talks about wanting to be in the Hall of Fame. He talks about all these things. But he is a Mike O'Shea guy. You talk about his sense of leadership. I think people couldn't get away with less, is what I would argue.
I don't speak your language. You couldn't get away with less?
No, I just mean like he's an out there guy, right? He likes.
Oh, they don't need to walk through the doors and conform to.
I shouldn't say.
They're not wearing tan shorts and goatees, like that. We're not doing all that. I love who Willie is. I love who Willie is. I want him to be himself. The only way you can truly lead is to be authentic, and he is true to himself all the time, which is, to me, you couldn't ask for anything more.